Hello, folks. Welcome back to another episode of a crazy little thing called Lovdev. On today's episode, we're talking about two very different types of messages. One left in the plumbing of Kansas City, and the other left by my own wife. I also get into the grey madness of receipt checks and those annoying AI exit gates. Are we shopping or are we being scanned for smuggling? And we got a mysterious tale about a person throwing pork chops. What's all this about? I don't even know. It's episode 207, Pork Chop. Yes, it's another one of those episodes where I am going to try and rush it. I say that all the time and then I still end up doing 30 minutes of recording. But who knows? Do you know what, guys? I was meant to record this ages ago. I didn't get round to do it because what happened was on the first day my internet went off for some weird reason. Now, sometimes it plays up, like I've got a new internet provider. I used to use Virgin Media, and those of you who've got Virgin know they can be reliable. They play up as well. But most of the times they are quite reliable, and they fix the solution straight away. So now, because I'm using a new network, which is called IDNet, but IDNet will use another company called City Fibre, and City Fibre is a bit like Virgin. So they just rent out the line, and then you got BT, you've got Broadband Services 3. People like that all use this City Fibre network anyway. No one cares about that. My internet went down, basically. I don't know what the hell was going on with it. I was ringing up the company. They were saying, we're going to raise a ticket. We'll send City Fibre out to you. Then I was like, they haven't even got back to me. So I had to call them back. I was like, what's going on? You haven't told me what's happening. You haven't gave me an appointment date. Oh, they've cancelled it on their end. They said it's nothing to do with them. They said it might be your cables or your router, or it just needs configuration. And I was absolutely baffled. So I was going back and forth, you know. And only yesterday, Saturday afternoon, they fixed it. And I was like, man, I've been out with the internet for 2 days. It actually went off on Wednesday, not Thursday. So middle of the week, it went off. The kids were fuming. Oh my God, they had to hotspot from their mobile phone. That's how bad it was. Then I thought, if I don't get to record this podcast because I want to, how the hell am I going to do it? Thought, do I just talk into my mobile phone for half an hour? You guys ain't going to like that. And then my jingles, how am I going to get my jingles on? Do you know what? If there wasn't no internet, I don't know what would happen to us. The world would collapse. Anyway, the main thing is everything is back to normal. It's sorted. Yes, I've had to record this on a day that I didn't really want to record it because I've got loads of things to do. I started painting the ceiling. Finally, the ceiling is being done now in the last room, which is the lounge/living room. I've done that yesterday. I've got one more coat to do. I was trying to think of the word. I was going to say quotes, but I'm not quoting the ceiling. One more coat left on the roof, on one side of the roof. And then I've just got the walls left to do. So I just need to decide on an actual paint colour. Now, I've been asking AI. I'm not going to lie to you. That some of you do know, I've been using AI to decorate my house, and so far, it's winning, I'm not going to lie. So I took a couple of pictures of my living room, and I sent it to ChatGLGBT, and he was like, oh, why don't you go for this colour? Go for the nice beige. He was literally telling me to put the colours on that I've already got, and I don't want them. I've got already in my house, I've got like the natural colours, neutral colours. So you've got like a light creamy colour. That's how I can describe it. And then the other wall, which is a feature wall, is like a browny colour, like a light brown, if you know. Yeah, you know what I'm on about. Not like brown, dark brown. like a light brown, natural brown wood. I don't know what to call it. Like a mushroom colour. That's it. And I thought, I don't want that. You're telling me to put up what I've already got on. And I'm bored of it now. Because before, we had the brown and the thingy-majig. So that paint on the wall, we've had that for what now? 7 years? Maybe 6 to 7 years. And that's a long time for a paint to be on the wall. Before that, it was green. It was like a neutral green, and I got sick of that. Oh, God. And my missus said to me the other day, she said, "Oh, why don't we put green back on?" I said, "Are you mad? I'm not having that frigging colour back on my wall again." So, oh, God. Now it's suggesting for me to go light colours, like a white or a cream or a cotton colour. The thing is, most of my house is already like that. So my landing is like that. And then my kitchen, it's suggested that. And now it's saying do that give it a linen cotton, it's called. Linen cotton. I'll put it on the wall. So you can get tester pots from the shop. Put it on, tester pot. I can't tell. I don't know why. Both of the walls have a different colour. So the feature wall, it came out differently. And then the other wall, it come out a bit different. And I was like, they don't even match. Because I thought, I'm just going to keep the house one colour all the way through. I've got to stop rambling on, haven't I? I should just go and do something. But I've had a busy weekend, guys. I've had 2 gigs, man. Amazing. I will tell you about those gigs in a minute. But I thought, let's do a segment. It's Confessions. Red is the preach. Let's see who has a confession. Right, today's confession has been put up by somebody called... Oh. Yeah, not that, not oh. Somebody called Relative Ad. So this is a relative ad on the Confessions forum on Reddit. What have they got to say? Their confession is, I've been leaving tiny notes inside pipe fittings for 20 years and I can't stop. Oh, he's been leaving tiny notes inside a little pipe fitting. I think that's quite sweet, man. Like, that's history, innit? It's like when you get, like, what do they call them? Time travel pods, is it? I might be wrong. I've seen schools do it in the past. They'll collect loads of memorabilia for that year, and then they'll shove it in a little tube, and then they'll make a hole and put it in there, and then cover the hole up. And I don't know if they reopen it, or maybe they give it a 10-year time limit, or 20 years, God knows. But to me, that's what this seems to be. Like, what kind of note is it? That's the main thing. That's what I want to know. So let's find out, shall we? Right, Relative Ad says, I've been a plumber in the Kansas City area for 22 years and started as an apprentice in 2002. When I was 19, I'm good at my job, licensed, insured, he built his own company, employed four guys. I'm a normal person, I go to church, I drink Miller Lite and watch the Chiefs like everybody else. But for 20 years, I've been leaving notes inside pipes, like little pieces of paper that are rolled up tight and wrapped in electrical tape, so they last. I slip them into fittings behind access panels, inside walls, right before they drywall goes up, like nobody places will find for years or decades, maybe or maybe never. Oh, I love this. I've done probably 3,500 jobs in 20 years. So he's done residential, commercial, remodels, new builds. He's done everything by the sounds of it. Probably left around 4,000 notes in Kansas City, Overland Park, Olathe, Lee's Summit. I'm guessing these are all places in the US. Independence, even some jobs in Lawrence and Topeka. There are notes in walls all over the metro. Oh, it's like a treasure hunt, mate. I think a significant percentage of the greater Kansas City plumbing infrastructure contains cryptic messages from me. Oh, so it is like a treasure hunt. he wants to leave like a mark, innit? He wants to leave like a name. I don't know, what could we call him, man? The Messenger or something like that, God knows. Anyway, most will never be found. They'll just exist in the walls forever. But some will someday. I like what he's doing. He's like those, you know when you watch those history programs and they undiscover a new civilization that used to live there, and then they find notes and transcripts and everything. That'll be him. That'll be him in the future. When we've destroyed the planet, the aliens have come back. They're going through our buildings, and then they undiscovered some secret notes, and they're trying to figure out who this is. And it will be one of the biggest mysteries in the universe for the aliens. It doesn't just stop there; it carries on. The best one I ever left was in a house, a big new construction, rich family, like proper minted. I was doing the roughing for a basement bathroom, and I left a note that said, "There is no treasure here." I like this guy. Stopped looking, then I left another note 6 foot away and said, "You're getting warmer." That's brilliant. Then another by the sump pump that said, "Cold, very cold." There's no treasure, but if someone ever finds all 3 notes, they're going to be hunting through the basement for years. This is brilliant. I think about it a lot, and I hope they find them in the wrong order. Yeah, you wouldn't want that, innit? Well, lucky you found gold. I probably got another 20 plus years of plumbing in me, so that's another 4,000 notes. By the time I retire, there'll be close to 10,000 notes in walls across the Kansas City Metro. My legacy. People remember Arrowhead and the Nelson and the Liberty Memorial. They will not remember me, but I'll be in their walls. I'm in their walls right now. This guy's great, man. He's got a really good sense of humour. If you're a plumber and you're thinking about starting this, do it. It's the best part of the job. The pay is fine and the work is fine, but hiding a note that says you should have listened to your mother behind someone's water heater, I think that's why I get up in the morning. Kansas City, if you ever tear open a wall and you find a weirdo note, just know it was me. Sorry, and also you're welcome. Also, check the crawl space. Don't actually, there's nothing there, or is it? Oh, this is great. Oh, this deserves a round of applause. I think this is fantastic, man. Wow, what a story, mate. You're going to be a legend in Kansas City. I would love to go to the US just to see you do it and film it. So it's documented, so everyone knows it was you. And when you pass away, when they put you in a frigging pipe and seal you off, then I'll let all the secrets out, and I'll say it's hidden treasure as well. Everyone in Kansas City will go nuts. Oh God, this is brilliant. I really like that. I like that. Do you know what this reminds me of, actually? As I was reading near to the end of your post, I was like, oh, that reminds... So, you know, my mother-in-law passed away last year, unfortunately. Now, her house has been sold, so her kids have sold the house off. My missus went down to see the house, like, the one last time. You know, she was happy that it's sold because she thought, right, now it's time for a new generation, for a new family to move in and start and keep the happiness in the house, moving on as she lived on her own, which makes a total lot of sense. And I agree with that, and I liked her concept. That's how it should be. That's what life is about. So she went down and she said there were some builders in the house, and she just asked if she could go in. She told them it was her mother's house, and they were like, yeah, come in. She just wanted to look around. And as she was walking around the house, they've already started scraping off the wallpapers off the walls. So all the wallpapers were bare. You could just see the plaster wall. And then she remembered that she used to write, her and when her little sisters and brothers and cousins as well, they used to write on the walls. And then she started taking pictures, and I just saw those pictures now, recently, and it's like, it's stuff like family tree, there's a family tree of the whole family. Obviously, because we're Asian, we have massive families. So she's got like her brothers, their kids, and then like her uncles and their kids, and then back. It goes way, way back. And then she had other like weird notes. Like, I don't know if she was a kid. And I thought that's brilliant. Like, you was meant to go down there because I don't know what made you go down there, but you thought, right, let's just go down and have a look for the one last time. And luckily, when you went there, the wallpaper was off and they haven't put anything on top of it. And that was for you to take pictures and go, oh my God, I remember this. I remember that. And she showed me, and it's a lovely memory. And I said to her, just try and keep that safe, the photos, and then you can pass it on to your siblings and your cousins and other family members, and go, look, this is what we used to do when we was kids. We used to write on the wall. And they used to write little history notes, which is very similar to what Relative Ad has done. But I did like that confession. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Oh my days, I can't believe how fast this podcast recording is already going. And I was going to tell you about my gig, so we'll do that now and then we'll see how we are for time. But who cares? You guys don't care. You love listening to this podcast, don't you? You've got nothing else to listen. You're like, well, what else is there? All the podcasts out there are the same, but this one's a little bit different. That's why I love coming back to it, listening to it. Anyway, carry on, Lovdev. Tell them what you've been up to. So, I've been doing 2 gigs, or was it 3 gigs? I can't remember now. I was at a gig for a comedian named Rob Riley, who runs Comedy in a Van. Now, this was a charity night in a little place called Sandbach. And I thought it was Sandbach. I don't know why. I always call it Sandbach, because it's spelt B-A-C-H. And to me, that's back, like as in your back. Which, in another one, I've hurt my back. I don't even know how. My lower back hurts for some reason. I don't. Anyway, so Sandbach is the name of it. It was a charity gig in a rugby club. And, yeah, it was lovely. It was in a marquee. They were up for it. Some of them were a bit too up for it. They loved joining in for some weird reason. And, yeah, that was a great gig. So that was nice to do. Start off my run of gigs, because I'm absolutely jam-packed in February, which I'm very pleased about, and that's how I should be. And then last night, I did a gig for the first time for a new comedy club. Well, actually, I think they've been running for a while. It's called Fuzzy Bear. Fuzzy Bear Comedy Club. They've got various ones. They've got Windsor. They have Basingstoke. They've got Aylesbury. And I think it's got 2-3 other ones as well. So I did the Aylesbury one yesterday. And it's not too far for me, actually. It's like an hour and 50 minutes drive, which is fine. Anything under 2 hours, I'm happy. You know what I mean? So I went down there, I got parking as well, because apparently a lot of comedians have told me it's a nightmare to park around that bit because it's in the town centre. And, yeah, I managed to find parking. Went inside, it was a full room, really seemed like a really nice atmosphere. I met some comedians that I've never seen before. There was Russell Hicks, who's currently on tour at the moment. He was Sandman, really nice guy. He's from the US as well. He's from California, but he's been living in the UK for, I believe, around 15 years-ish. But anyway, he was Sand. There was Josh Howie as well. So, yeah, Josh was great. We greeted each other. Now, we did have issues before. This was over a stupid thing years ago, but he seemed really nice, like, to me. And, yeah, man, it's sound. I'm glad everything works out as it should be. So, yeah, I played the club. It was great. And, man, wow, I had a great response. Smashed it. I mean, I don't really want to use the word smashed it, but they loved me, man. I love the club. I love the hospitality. And the guy who runs the Fuzzy Bear Club is sound, man. He's a really nice guy. So I'm hoping I'll get to go back, because it was one of those clubs where you're like, I could play this room every day. That's what it was like. So, yeah, That's it, really. We're nearly end of the podcast. I can't believe it already. I know you haven't even done anything, Lovdev. So I had a call. I actually had to pause this halfway through, believe it or not. And I had this call. You know, I told you guys before, like, these people keep ringing. We had that thing with the kitchens with Wren and another company, and they compete with each other. So we called someone out because we need fitted cupboards now. Look at us. We ain't even got no money. Fitted cupboards. Maybe I should get, what's his name? That addictive guy, but he's a plumber. I'll fly him in from US, relative ad. I'll get him to come down. Anyway, we called a company, right? And they came down. They did what they've got to do. And they quoted us a lot of money. A lot of frigging money for some cupboards. It was around the 8,000 to 9,000 pounds. That's around 11,000 US dollars if you're listening in the US. So yeah, it's a lot of money. And I was like, what? That much? There's so much more we can do with that money in this house. I thought, I'm not spending that much on cupboards. Just get a normal cupboard. Then we called another company, and they was a lot cheaper. A lot cheaper. Like $5,000, something like that. Anyway, they came down. He seemed nice. Me and my missus was like, yeah, we'll have a think about it. And now that big company just rang me as I was recording this. And guess what they said to me? They said, well, we do have a sister company, and they're far much cheaper than what we are. I was laughing in my head, thinking, look at these scammers. So they'll come to you first, hoping, praying that you will accept their price. Oh, whatever it is, $8,000, $9,000, which is probably nothing for most families. And then they go, oh, if you can't afford that, we've got a sister company, and they're far much cheaper. I feel like I'm going to put this on the British Problems comment on the Reddit forum. I might just do that. I think I'm going to do that. So yeah, that literally happened as I was recording and telling you about my lovely gig at Fuzzy Bear. I'm going to do it because I love doing it. Let's do a British problem, shall we? British problems. There's so many problems in Britain. What do we do? Oh, God. Right, this one has been put up by somebody called Reanimated Cyborg. Reanimated Cyborg has a very British problem. Shop receipts. Yes, this is to do with receipts when you buy something from the shop. It's the checks and exit gates are getting a bit much. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, mate. I've not really had this problem. I've not had anyone stop me and check my receipt. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I don't shop in the shop. Do my shopping, should I say, in the places that you're doing it. Let's see what are they saying. Reanimated, or reanimated, should I say. It's massively escalated over the last 12, 18 months. Nearly all the major supermarkets in my area have instated receipt-checking gates at the exit. So, Morrison's, Lidl, Sainsbury's all have gates. Morrison's, I think, is sensible in that if it opens once it detects a payment, but I am sceptical of what AI rubbish is being fed input from my face. I made a point of not using them and following others through when I don't have to, but have set off the odd alarm for being a stubborn arse. The other shops that don't have these gates seem to have got way more jealous. Last year, I got followed across the retail park from Home Bargains to the range to ask for my receipt. After a big shop, you're joking, mate. That's hilarious. Iceland to buy some beefsteak for the dogs. I had to carry a giant plastic lock box of them to the till, wait for someone to unlock it, and take the two I wanted out. Then, when I offered to carry the rest back to the fridge, they insisted one of the staff would do it. Apparently, that's because someone ran in, loaded a shopping bag with all the meat, and then ran out the week before. Yeah, I bet that has happened. B&M, I got followed out, grabbed on the sleeve because I looked weird by the same woman who'd been stood next to a colleague who I paid at the till. She probably thought he was a crackhead, mate. Is it really unusual to carry a rucksack into town for shopping? That's my bi-monthly routine. At this point, I get the shoplifters are pushing this as well, but it all feels a bit much being policed and lectured and carrying receipts everywhere. Like, no, I said I don't want a receipt for a 2-item purchase. Stop wasting paper. Oh, mate, I don't know how you feel, because now I'm going to be the only time I get my receipt checked, and they've been doing it for years, donkey years, is Costco. Costco will always check your receipt as you come out. I don't mind that. But sometimes you feel like, I'm not a thief, mate. What am I going to rob? And you know what I do? I take Costco bags, so I'll take the shopping bags with me. So when I'm at the till, I will fill up the smaller items, and put it in the bag. Why not? Just fill up my bag. So when I get to the guy at the end who wants to check my receipt, he can't really look because everything's in bags. So he just glances at it and goes, yeah, and then signs it. They're going to sign it as well for some weird reason. I don't know what the signature's about. But when I've done like my normal weekly shopping, I've never had anyone check my receipt. I don't know why. I mean, I live in Birmingham, so Birmingham is full of, dodgy people. Maybe because I'm guessing maybe you're in London. You might not. I don't know where you are. Yeah, it is annoying. But if you've got nothing to hide, just show them the receipt. It literally takes, a minute off your life, doesn't it? Right, folks, it is time to do a weird news story. Yes, we have come to the end of the podcast, which is absolutely fantastic. I can get on with my painting and I can do whatever else I need. Answer calls of weird people trying to sell me stuff, or maybe even check my receipt. I don't know. Right, let's do a weird news story. Oh, scratch that. Before we do the weird news story, I just want to apologise to anybody who's listening and gone, what's that weird noise? There's a weird noise in the podcast. My neighbours are here and they're doing some work, and it happens to be the room opposite mine, and yeah. So that all that banging and noises, that's them. And I apologise if you hear it, but if you haven't, that's good for me. So let's do the weird news story. Here it is. Florida teen arrested for alleged pork chop attack. A teenager has been arrested for attacking somebody with a pork chop. Oh, what is going on? Let's have a look. A Florida teenager landed behind bars following a bizarre incident in which she allegedly flung a pork chop at her own mother. The strange showdown reportedly occurred last Thursday evening in the community of Jensen Beach. According to police, when 18-year-old Farah Kernan, Farah, that sounds like a Muslim name, Farah Kernan returned home from what she said to have been a day of drinking alcohol, she and her mother had begun arguing, presumably over her intoxicated state. What started with shouting and crosswords soon turned physical, as the teenager snatched a pork chop and whipped it at her mother before slapping her. No way. She threw the pork chop and then she slapped her mother. What the hell? This is why I don't drink alcohol. I'm so glad I don't drink alcohol anymore. Cops called to the scene confirmed the curious attack. Nothing that Kernan's mother had food residue on her shoulders that was consistent with a pork chop. Sadly, police offered no further insights into the food-related element of the case, leaving one to wonder if the dinner remnants were in the form of a light breading or the traditional applesauce that often accompanies such a meal. A confused and uncooperative Kernan was subsequently arrested for domestic battery. thanks in large to part of a video of the incident, which was filmed by her mother's friend. I want to watch this film. Who was at home when the fight erupted? So a teenager got arrested for attacking her mum with a pork chop. I hope they check the receipt on the way out. Way, there you go. That's what you call a callback. That's how we do it in the comedy scene. That's how we do it. Guys, we've reached the end mark. Brilliant. I've enjoyed it, man. As I said, apologies if there's any noise. Other than that, you guys have been fantastic, man. You know what you got to do. Share this, like it, love it, retweet it. I don't know. Whatever you do. Go on, follow me on social media. If you're not following me, please follow me. Like, I know there's people out there that listen to this podcast. I don't know where you are in the universe. You're in Germany, you're in Japan, you're in France, you're everywhere, man. Send me a message. Just a little, hello, Lovdev. I'm from so-and-so and I listen to your podcast. Tell me if you like it or not. I don't know. Guys, you've been lovely. Absolutely lovely. I feel like I'm on stage and I'm just coming off and thanking the audience. You guys have been great, man. Have a lovely week. I'll see you soon, yeah? All right, man. Take care.